दिव्यै छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So yesterday we read that in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna, he personally resides with his father, his mother, all his friends, and between the material creation and the spiritual world, there is a river by the name Viraja River that flows. And this Viraja River, the water of this river, is actually the perspiration of the first Purush avatar of Lord Krishna, Mahavishnu. The spiritual planets are called Vaikuntha because there is no lamentation or fear and everything is eternal. Kuntha means uh, lamentation or fear or suffering, dukkha basically. And Vaikuntha, Vai means where there is no lamentation or no fear, no suffering. And such a place is eternal. Vaikuntha is everything there is eternal. The spiritual world has been calculated to comprise 3/4 of the energies of the Supreme Lord. So 3/4 of the energy of the Supreme Lord is the spiritual world, and the material world comprises 1/4. The entire material world is only 1/4 of the all the of the energies of the Supreme Lord, and spiritual world is the rest of the 3/4. But no one can understand what that 3/4 is from the scriptures or from the Shastra. We understand it theoretically, but what exactly it means, that cannot be understood. Since even this material universe cannot be described, even this 1/4, and out of that 1/4 also this particular universe also, if we see this particular Brahman, within that, even for the particular Earth planet or some, even to understand this much, it is so difficult. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that what that 3/4 is, we cannot understand. Nobody can understand. Because even this material universe cannot be described. Then what to speak of the spiritual world? Trying to convey to Sri Sanatan Goswami something of the extent of this display of the 1/4 of Krishna's energy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next cited an incident from the scriptures in which Lord Brahma, the Lord of this universe, came to see Krishna at Dwarka. When Brahma, the first created being of this universe, approached Krishna, the doorman informed Krishna that Brahma had arrived to see him. Upon hearing this, Krishna inquired as to which Brahma had come, and the doorman returned to Brahma and asked, "Which Brahma are you?" Krishna has asked. Brahma was struck with wonder. Why did Krishna ask such a question? Brahma informed the doorman, "Please tell him that the Brahma, who is the father of the 4 Kumars and who has 4 heads, has come to see him." The doorman informed Krishna and then asked Brahma to come inside. Brahma offered his obeisances unto the lotus feet of Krishna, and after Krishna had received him with all honor, the Lord Krishna asked him why he had come. "I shall tell you of my purpose in coming here," Lord Brahma replied. "But first I ask you to kindly remove a doubt I have. Your doorman told me that you asked which Brahma had come to see you. May I inquire if there are other Brahmas besides me?" Upon hearing this, Krishna smiled and at once called for many Brahmas from the other universes. The four-headed Brahma then saw many other Brahmas coming to see Krishna, and all of them are offering their obeisances and respects. Some of them had 10 heads, some had 20 heads, some had 100 head, and some even had 1,000,000 heads. Krishna then called many other. Just give me a moment. Yeah, sorry. Something got stuck in my throat, so I started coughing. So I hope it will not happen for now. So then Lord Brahma says that I will tell you of my purpose, why I have come here to meet you. But first I have a doubt, so I want to ask that when your doorman came and said that you asked which Brahma had come to see. So I want to know if there are other Brahmas also. So upon hearing this, Krishna smiled and he called many other Brahmas from many other universes. And then our Lord Brahma of our universe, he saw that many other Brahmas came. Some of them had 10 heads, some had 20, some had 100, some had 1,000,000 heads. Indeed, the four-headed Brahma could not even count the Brahmas who came to offer their obeisances to Krishna. So those many Brahmas came that Brahma was unable to count how many Brahma came. Krishna then called many other demigods from various universes, and they all came to offer their respects to the Lord. Upon seeing this wonderful exhibition by Krishna, the four-headed Brahma became nervous and began to think he was just like a mosquito in the midst of many elephants. Since so many demigods were offering obeisances unto the lotus feet of Krishna, Brahma concluded that no one can measure Krishna's unlimited potency. All the helmets of the various demigods and Brahmas, they were shining brightly in that assembly, where all of them were coming and they were in queue and offering respects and obeisances to Krishna. And when their helmets struck one another as the demigods offered obeisances, so they were all falling on the ground and offering obeisances. So their helmets, they touched each other's helmets, tongue, 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 like all that was happening. Because so many Brahmas and so many demigods from different universes had come. So all of their heads and the helmets, they were striking each other. So when the helmets struck one another as the demigods offered obeisances, the helmets seemed to make a great sound of prayer, just like you would go and in Bengali there is something called kashar ghanta. So we there's a brass this thing metal plate like thing, and you hit it with a wooden stick. That is called kashar and ghanta. So that kind of a sound, tung 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 tung, all that sound. So it sounded like a great prayer was going on, great sound of prayer. So, dear Lord, the demigods said, it is your great mercy upon us that you have called us to see you. Is there any particular order? If so, we will carry it out at once. So the demigods, they said that today it is our great fortune that you have called us to see you. It is your great mercy upon us. Is there anything? Is there any seva? We will immediately do it. There is nothing especially required of you, Lord Krishna replied. I only wanted to see you all together at one time. I offer my blessings to you. Don't be afraid of the demons. What does this mean? That even in the Swargalok, even in the demigod planets, they are always scared of the demons because the demons can anytime enter the demigod planet and they start harassing them, snatching away their uh, their chairs and their disturbing them, creating various kinds of disturbances. So they are always afraid. So not only in our this Earth planet, if somebody is planning to go to the Svarglok and upper planetary systems, beware that over there also there are other kinds of dangers. So, but here Lord Krishna is giving them blessing that don't worry, my blessings are with you. Don't be afraid of the demons. Then they all replied, by your mercy, everything is all right. There are no disturbances at present, for by appearing on the earth, you have vanquished everything inauspicious. So, this is when Krishna is displaying his pastimes in Dwarka in this material world. That's when Lord Brahma came to see him. And that is when um, this beautiful exhibition was seen by our Lord Brahma. So here, therefore, the demigods are saying that there are no disturbances at present, for by appearing on the earth, Krishna, you have vanquished everything inauspicious. O Lord Krishna, O Supreme Lord Krishna, you have vanquished everything that is inauspicious. As each Brahma saw Krishna, each of them thought that Krishna was only within his universe. All the Brahmas were thinking that within their universe Krishna has appeared. After this incident, Krishna wished all the Brahmas farewell, and after offering respects to Lord Sri Krishna, they all returned to their respective universes. Upon seeing this, the four-headed Brahma at once fell down at the feet of Krishna and said, what I thought about you before was all nonsense. People may say they know you perfectly, but as far as I am concerned, I cannot begin to conceive how great you are. You are beyond my understanding. So, our Lord Brahma, the four-headed Brahma, this is what Brahma said. Actually, before this, Lord Brahma said that there is something he, there was something he wanted to discuss with Lord Krishna. And he thought, okay, I am Brahma, I am the father of this creation, the first, most important person. So therefore, Krishna, he knows me already. As we say in Bengali, Chena Brahmaner poite lage na. Like, if a Brahman is well known amongst everyone, this is a Bengali saying. Even if that Brahman is not wearing a janeyu, that thread, white, um, still people know that he's a Brahman. This is a saying in Bengali. So it's like that. Brahma thought, okay, I am the first created being and I am the father of this creation. So Krishna knows me. Let me go and meet Krishna and let me discuss this. So this was his mindset, and therefore Krishna being present in within everyone's heart. Krishna knows everything. Krishna is pervading everywhere. He's he knows everything. Our mind, our heart, everything. Each and every living entity's heart and mind is known to Krishna. So when Brahma came, therefore Krishna asked that, okay, which Brahma has come? Otherwise, Krishna already knows which Brahma has come. But when, uh, this is through his dear servants. Krishna is always teaching us. So when we have any kind of ego, false ego, Krishna knows how to bring it down very sweetly, very mercifully, very kindly. Krishna's ways are very, very sweet actually. Unlike in the material world, if if we have to teach something to someone, sometimes we become very harsh, or sometimes we have to raise our voice. That's the material world, material ways of life. But Krishna's ways are always very sweet. So that is how very kindly Krishna shows Brahma that there are millions and millions of billions of Brahma and those many universes, and there are Brahmas. He is only four-headed. There are other Brahmas who have millions of head also. One Brahma having millions of head. That means that huge that universe must be. Therefore, he needs those many heads and brains to work. Therefore, he has been given such a birth or such a form. So then Lord Brahma, understanding that, Lord Krishna's ways, his potencies, and his pastimes, they're just inconceivable. And therefore he says that what I thought about you before was all nonsense. People may say that they know you perfectly, but as far as I am concerned, Brahma is saying this, as far as I am concerned, I cannot even begin to conceive how great you are, O Lord Krishna. You are beyond my understanding. Krishna then informed him that this particular universe is only 4,000 million miles across. But there are many millions and billions of universes which are far, far greater than this one. Some of these are many trillions of miles across. And all these universes require strong Brahmas with many more than four heads. Who is saying this? Krishna himself is saying this. To whom? To Lord Brahma. Which Brahma? Our Brahma. This universe, who has four heads. Krishna further informed Lord Brahma that this material creation is only one quarter, one fourth of my creative potency. That is Lord Krishna's creative potency. Three quarters is in the spiritual kingdom. The four-headed Brahma then offered obeisances to Lord Sri Krishna and departed. Now understanding the meaning of the Lord's three quarters energy. The Lord is known as Triadhishwar, a name indicating his principal abodes. Tri, Adhishwar. Tri means three and Adhishwar means the Lord. So Lord is known as Triadhishwar, a name indicating his principal abodes, that is Gokul, Mathura and Dwarka. These three abodes are full of opulences, and Lord Sri Krishna is the master of all of them, situated as he is in his transcendental potency. Lord Sri Krishna, the master of all the transcendental energies, is thus full with six opulences, and because he is the master of all opulences, all the Vedic literatures acclaim Lord Sri Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then sang a nice song to Sri Sanatan Goswami about the opulences of Krishna. Okay, Krishna willing, what happens next? We'll continue reading tomorrow. Thank you very much for your very kind association. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील गुरु महाराज की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल।
हरी हरी बोल। श्यामा
हरि
करुणामयी
बोल।
माता जी की जय। हरी बोल हरी बोल हरी
श्री
बोल हरी
श्रील गुरु
बोल हरी
महाराज
बोल
श्रील प्रभुपाद
हरी
की
बोल
जय।
हरी बोल हरी